हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू वाव AIS। वेलकम टू द डिस्कशन ऑन द डेली MCQ। आज है 1 जुलाई 2021 और अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं आज के 5 करंट अफेयर बेस्ड MCQs। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। बट फर्स्ट लेट अस डिस्कस द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज आस्क्ड यस्टरडे। कल का क्वेश्चन था व्हाट इज डेंड्रोक्रोनोलॉजी रिलेटेड टू। सो यू हैव टू टेल अबाउट दिस dendrochronology and some of you have given the correct answer as well. So yesterday if you see it was Divya Vasisht and Shubham Bashak who gave the correct answer. Okay, it was Divya Vasisht who actually gave the exact definition. Now let's begin the discussion. So dendrochronology actually is a way to determine the age of trees. So here I have given the definition. So dendrochronology is the most common method of determining the age of the trees. So if you see, so these are the lines which you will find on the trunk of the tree. Okay, so using these lines, okay, which will be there on the trunk of the tree, they will be used to determine the age of the tree. That is the thing with this dendrochronology, right? So here you can see, so initially when the tree is formed, here the first line will be formed, but later on when the age increases, okay, when the age increases, the size of the tree also will increase, and when the size of the tree increases, these lines also will increase. So using these lines, the age of the tree will be determined. Okay, now let's move on. A small information, guys, we are providing MCQs, okay, the based on the daily current affairs and their solution in a detailed way in our Telegram channel. So do join our Telegram channel for finding this PDF containing the questions and the solutions. Now let's begin. The first question: Bornadi Wildlife Sanctuary, sometimes seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? Bornadi Wildlife Sanctuary. So ये कर्नाटका, B Himachal Pradesh, C Assam, and D Maharashtra. So here if you see, the correct answer is C Assam. This Bornadi Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Assam. And there are some other important wildlife sanctuaries in Assam, like the Pobitora, which was also in news recently. We have seen Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, and you have various other wildlife sanctuaries. But the national parks in Assam, which are very important for us from the examination point of view, the national parks like Kaziranga, the national park like Manas, the Nameri, the Dibru-Sakhova, the Orang National Park, the Dehing Patkai National Park, and Rimona National Park. So these are the important national parks we need to remember from the examination point of view, right? So here actually why this was in news is recently a wildlife specialist have the first photographic evidence of a tiger which is inhabiting in this Bornadi Wildlife Sanctuary. That's why this was in news. So this Bornadi Wildlife Sanctuary, as I told already, is located in Assam, and it is located in the districts of Udalguri and Baksa. So it is located in these two districts of Assam, and it is situated in the Himalayan foothills, because as you know, Assam is located very near to this Himalayas. So, and also this wildlife sanctuary, it flanks Bhutan border and is spread over an area of 26 square kilometers, and it is named after the river Bornadi. Okay, right. And if you see important animals, the pygmy hog and the hispid hare, these are the important animals, and it is recognized as, it was in fact recognized as a wildlife sanctuary in 1980. And some other animals like golden langur, clouded leopard, hillock gaboon, and wild winged wood duck is also found in this wildlife sanctuary, right? So you might have understood by now that Assam is very important in terms of the ecological diversity of India. It has various national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, etc. Now let's move on to the second question. Consider the following statements with respect to Fund for Industrial Research Engagement Program, FIRE program. First statement: it is a joint program and joint government and industry program with a co-funding mechanism to promote innovative technology solution and and strengthen academic research. Second one: it is the first of the kind research initiative in Science and Engineering Research Board. Initiative of the Science and Engineering Research Board, which is also known as the SERB. So here we have to choose the correct answer. And if you see, the FIRE initiative, actually it's a joint collaboration between the government and the industry. It's a co-funding mechanism. So the first statement is right. And second statement, if you see, this is the first of the kind research initiative by the SERB. So this is also right. So C, both 1 and 2 is the correct answer. So recently the SERB and DST partners, the SERB is the Science and Engineering Research Board, and the DST, Department of Science and Technology. So they have partnered with Intel India to launch Fund for Industrial Research Engagement, which is also known as FIRE. This will increase research opportunities in the space of artificial intelligence, machine learning, platform systems, circuit and architecture, Internet of Things, material and devices, etc. So that means mostly in the electronic area and software area, this is going to be used, and it is the first of the kind research initiative by this the Science and Engineering Research Board. It's a very noble initiative where the government and the private agencies are collaborating to ensure that more and more research activities are carried on and more innovation is being carried on, and because of this innovation only Indian industry can grow, right? So next one, third question. Article 105 and Article 194, which are in news recently, are associated to A. Protection of the privileges of the legislature, B. Number of seats in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, C. Power of the President to promulgate ordinance during the recess of the Parliament, and D. Supreme Court power to issue certain writs. So here we have to choose the correct answer. So if you see the power to actually to promulgate ordinance, this is not Article 105. Can you tell me in the comment box which article, okay, is used by the president to promulgate ordinance? So do comment in the comment box, right? So if you see this Article 105 and 194, they are actually related to the privileges of the legislature. Privileges of the legislature. So recently, Jairam Ramesh, who is the Congress leader and chairs the Parliamentary Committee on Science and Technology, he has moved a privilege motion against this news channel called Times Now, which you might have known, because they have published falsified and mischievous reporting regarding the proceedings of the panel. That's why Jairam Ramesh has moved a privilege motion, and these privilege motions are available, or you can say the privileges are available to the parliamentarians because of Article 105 and 194, which are given here. This is the question. Okay? So if you see the provisions to protect the privileges of the legislature, the power, privileges and immunities of either house, that means both houses of the parliament and the members, they have these privileges and they are laid down under Article 105. And Article 194 deals with the power, privileges and immunities of the state legislatures. Okay, so both the state legislatures and the union parliament, both of them have these privileges. And the parliamentary privileges refer to the right and immunity enjoyed by the legislature, in which legislatures are granted protection against civil and criminal liability for actions done or statements made in the course of their legislative duties. Okay? Now let's move on to the fourth question. Asia's longest NATRAX high-speed track for automobiles was recently inaugurated by the Ministry of Heavy Industry and Public Enterprise. Is located in which place? A. Pune, B. Indore, C. New Delhi, and D. Surat. So here we have to choose the correct answer. So this NATRAX, it was in use because this is the first of the kind in India. It's a first of the kind high-speed track in India, and it is located in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. So B is the correct answer. So recently the Ministry of Heavy Industry and Enterprise have launched this NATRAX high-speed track, and this NATRAX high-speed track, if you see, it is Asia's longest and world's fifth longest high-speed track for automobiles. So remember, NATRAX is located in Indore. NATRAX, which is a high-speed track, is located in Indore, and this is a one-stop solution for all sorts of high-speed performance test for widest categories of the vehicles, which is varying from two-wheeler to the heavy tractors. Okay? And this track will be used to measure the high speeds of various vehicles belonging to companies which have the high-end cars, like the companies, for example, BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Tesla, etc. They can test their vehicles for the high speeds. So this is a track which is built in Indore. The fifth question, the last question of the day. The most important fishing grounds of the world are found in the regions where A. Warm and cold atmospheric currents meet. B. River drain out large amount of fresh water into the sea. C. Warm and cold ocean currents meet. And D. Continental shelf is undulating. So this question is about the fishing grounds. If you see the fishing grounds, most of the top fishing grounds are located in the region where the warm and the cold ocean currents meet. So C is the correct answer. It's a previous year CSE question which was asked in 2013. So the areas where this warm and cold currents meet actually are very good for fishing. Very good for fishing. So if you see, there are various regions like the sea near the Sea of Japan, where the warm Kuroshio and the cold Kamchatka current meet. Okay, and also near the Grand Banks of the Newfoundland, where the North Atlantic drift encounters the cold Labrador current. That means near the Greenland area. And also near the South America, you can also find this find this mixing of the hot current and the cold current. So all the regions across the globe where the hot current and the cold current mix, you will find a great fishing zone. Okay? So the same explanation is given here. You can just go through it, and if you have any doubt, you can just ask in the comment box. Now let's look at the question of the day. And the question of the day is, Bab-el Mandab Strait connects which two seas? Bab-el Mandab Strait connects which two seas? So you have to give your answer in the comment box. Tomorrow we are going to discuss this question. Okay? So guys, these are our initiatives: Vision PT 365 summary, Vision Prelims test series summary, Vision Monthly Magazine summary, and Vision Mains test series summary. You can get all of these summaries by subscribing to our initiatives, and you can find the details in our Telegram channel, and the Telegram channel details I'm giving in the description. Okay? So I'll meet you again tomorrow, guys, with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.